Confederation College. Located in the beautiful city of Thunder Bay, Ontario, on the shores of the world's largest lake, Lake Superior, Thunder Bay is just a 2-hour flight from Toronto. It provides a perfect combination of city life surrounded by stunning natural beauty. Our Thunder Bay campus has 4 different buildings that cater to different programs. We have over 1,200 international students from 37 different countries. Confederation College is a smaller institution, which means smaller class sizes, more practical hands-on learning, individual workstations in our labs, easy and immediate access to equipment, personal attention from faculty, and more opportunities to succeed. We have more than 60 full-time programs for students to choose from. We have many support services to ensure the success of our students. Students can avail of tutoring services, utilize our impressive fitness center, meet with counselors, eat fresh food at our Ryan Hall cafeteria, and get together with friends for projects or just to hang out in the atrium. We also have a health and dental clinic on campus. Every year, more than 80% of Confederation College's graduates obtain employment within 6 months of graduating. This is a higher average than many colleges in Ontario. We also have a very high employer satisfaction rate of an impressive 100%. Thunder Bay is affordable for students, with a much lower cost of living than in Canada's other large cities. There are also many part-time job opportunities available, and our international students are in demand. We are particularly proud of our ability to provide on-campus housing options for our students. In 2022-23, students pay only $350 a month for a shared room in our residence. At Confederation College, students also receive a bus pass as part of their fees and have no need to pay anything extra for transit. Students and those who support them will find that Confederation College is prompt, honest, and professional in all its undertakings, and we are known for our admission process, which is fast and efficient. This is learning. This is Confederation College.
Hello po sa inyong lahat. Kuya Nicky po at your service from Sun-Cor Limited.
Hi everybody, this is Kuya Mikmik, your regulated Canadian immigration consultant.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Kuya Nicky.
Thank God it's Tuesday, guys. Today is the 24th of January. It's too fast. We're already ending the January. Happy Chinese New Year, everyone. Sa mga lahat ng kababayan po natin. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Hello po. Kumusta po kayong lahat? Once again, this is the Morning with the Kuyas. And yours truly po, your Kuya Nicky for your education consultant. And ayan po, si Kuya Mikmik, our resident license. So we would like to encourage everyone to please do share this live session. This is very informative, and this is our first time to do it actually. So please do share this live session because I know this is going to be an informative and a lot of things that you will learn. And of course, we have a special guest today, as you can see, Confederation College from the start. So without further ado, let's call our special guest. Please do help me welcome the International Recruitment Manager for Confederation College, Miss Cristel Valenzuela. Hello, the Miss Universe of
Universe 2023.
I am so impressed. I love the introduction. Yes, Miss Universe, Miss Philippines. Just kidding. Hello! Maayong gabi, marahay na banggi. Magandang gabi. And of course, good evening. Did I say it right? Yeah, correct naman. Yeah. So, good evening to you, to our very handsome Kuya Nick and Kuya Mick. Thank you for this opportunity. Indeed, this is. I love your shirt. I'm so inget. I love your shirts. I want to also have the Sun-Cor shirt, huh? Sun-Cor and
Of
Confed.
course, that's once
And
we get to the Philippines.
we are so excited because you guys know how to start the year right, which is celebrated the Chinese New Year Shinyan Kuala to our Filipino Chinese kababayans. And I believe that we have viewers not only those are based in the Philippines but across the globe. Probably some also based in Canada. So thank you for joining our session today. And as mentioned by Kuya Nick and Kuya Mick, today's session is super special. Yep. And we are so honored to be with our program coordinators. Okay. I forgot to mention, Kuya Nick and Kuya Mick, we're going to have this like a series of events, correct? Before we
Correct.
introduce.
Yep.
So today is the first day of our series of event. And then we have on the 26th, on the 31st, and of course, February 2nd. O yan, na-master ko na siya. And today, ayun nga, very special because we're going to kick it off with the program coordinator from aerospace manufacturing process, and that is Mr. Rod Kotanen. And we also have the program coordinator for mechanical engineering, Mr. Richard Kukkee. So this gentleman will join us today. We are so psyched. We're so pumped to be educated. Sana kayo rin excited as much as I am. So, ayan na. Thank you very much. So we're gonna start na, right? Kuya Nick, Kuya Meg?
Yes, I think we're gonna start with Rod. I'm gonna put Richard at the backstage. So say hi, Rod and Richard. Just say hi first so that the viewers can see us, how handsome you guys are, and how awesome you are. Okay. First, I'm gonna put Rod the control. Rod, can you try to give us a background for you? Probably just to let everyone know about you.
Well, I have a background in manufacturing. I've been with this program for well over 20 years, and I find manufacturing absolutely exciting. So this is a passion of mine. Manufacturing is near and dear to me, and I enjoy sharing my knowledge and exploring new areas with our students. And I think it's a great area to find employment in.
Exactly, and what I always said with Kuya Mick, the best person can, share their knowledge are the experts, the people who are really doing it. And Rod, we're gonna give you the floor because I know everyone is excited to see your presentation.
Okay. So, as we've already heard, the program is called Aerospace Manufacturing Engineering Technology. And I'll explain that there's two pathways within this program. My name is Rod Kotanen, and I'm the coordinator of the program. So that means that I'm a professor here within the program, and I also look after some of the other things within the program structure. So we have a 2-year and a 3-year program. The 2-year is the first 2 years of the 3-year program, so they're not different. It's just sort of building blocks. So everybody would take the 2-year technician, and let's see. They would take the 2-year technician, and then they could choose whether or not they were going to add on the additional year after that. So people who were doing the technology, they would end up with 2 diplomas. One's called Ontario Diploma, and the other one is called Ontario Advanced Diploma. So that's really the difference. So those are the credentials that are presented at the end of the program. As far as the program structure, it is primarily daytime classes. However, there are some courses that are scheduled within the evening hours, and that is not done that much, but be prepared to have some daytime and some evening classes. There's nothing scheduled on the weekends, so your Saturdays and Sundays are free. We have a nice mix of theory along with a lot of hands-on or lab-based component within most of the courses. There are some courses that are strictly theory, such as mathematics, but most of our core courses within the program offer a nice mix. Sometimes it's a 50-50, sometimes it's a 1/3, 2/3 kind of thing. So it depends on what fits best. For example, machine shop would have a significant amount of hands-on because students have to learn how to machine things, measure things, and do equipment setup. As far as how evaluation is done, that is entirely up to the individual professor. So you'll find that the majority of the courses, if it's a theory only, things would be based on assignments, quizzes, and tests. If there's a lab component, then it would be assignments, quizzes, tests, and then the lab work. So as far as the allocation of marks, that is once again done on an individual course basis, so you'll see some variation within that. There is no co-op options at this time. So what's the profile of a typical student? Who takes our program? Well, history shows that it is anybody with an interest in solving problems, wanting to come up with creative solutions, and having an interest in making things or building things. And as far as age goes, we have students that are directly out of high school, students that are a little bit older who've maybe worked for a few years, and other students who come as a plan for a second career. And we've shown that any of these students can be successful. We have all genders within the program, so that is not an issue either. So why would you want to take this program? It's designed specifically for the aerospace manufacturing industry, but that does not mean that that's the only place you can work. So if we teach you how to build airplanes, you are able to build other things. So the majority of our students go into non-aerospace. There are some who do choose to go into an aerospace pathway, and they have been very successful. We have people all across Canada and in multiple other countries who have built their career on this program. And with that said, we have an advisory committee that is made up of people from industry. So they're always telling us what needs to be presented to the students and how we could make improvements to the program. We have very small class sizes compared to larger institutions. So our lab classes and our classroom settings are much smaller and more interactive. Students have great access to really advanced equipment. Unlike some institutions where a lot of the equipment is there for advanced students or for research purposes, our equipment is for students to use. We have really up-to-date technology, and we have some very unique courses, things such as composite materials, tool design, aircraft assembly. Those are not usually found in most other college programs. Our faculty and staff are very knowledgeable. They come from a variety of backgrounds. We have an established recognition in the Canadian manufacturing industry, so people know about the program. When you're looking for jobs and you mention the program, people will be aware of who we are. So I've already mentioned a few of these things, what makes us unique from similar programs at other colleges. I'm going to go to the last point first. We have been established within this program since 1981, so we have a long, successful track record. And jumping back up to the top bullet point, it was designed specifically to meet the needs of the manufacturing industry. So this was not a college-driven program, it was an industry-driven program. And like I've already mentioned, there's a lot of hands-on training with state-of-the-art equipment. Knowledgeable instructors will show you how to use the equipment correctly. Something else that is quite unique within college programs is the use of Kukkee software. And this is industry-leading CAD/CAM type software that is used by industry leaders such as Boeing. So it is a solid modeling software package that allows you to do so much more. And we give students an initial instruction into that, and then they have wide open access to use the unbelievable capabilities within that CATIA package. We are one of the few institutions that offer a composites course. A composite would be a combination of two materials such as epoxy and carbon fiber that would work together to create some awesome performing materials. We have tool design courses which teach students how to build tools to allow you to manufacture things like drill jigs, assembly fixtures. So that is one of the more unique things that our program offers as well. And most importantly for potential students, our graduates get jobs. Employment can be found in all sorts of different industry sectors such as aerospace, automotive, the resource industries, rail car manufacturing, trades, supply chain management, it goes on and on. We have a significant focus within the later part of the program on management type aspects of manufacturing. So if you have an interest in business, that would be an option for you to consider. A way to apply your business interests and business skills. Typical job titles, once again, these vary. And a common one would be methods analyst. And most people probably are not aware of what that is. You determine how to manufacture something. You would take something that has been already engineered and you have to decide how you're going to build that. Maybe you just need one, maybe you need 10, maybe you need 1,000. And the way that you approach that would be different in each of those scenarios. Tool designer, I've already mentioned about tool design. CNC programmer, where you are determining how a machine will perform different operations to be able to machine something. So that is a fantastic career path on its own. Your job title could be manufacturing engineer or manufacturing technologist. It depends on the industry as to what they call it. Sometimes the two are mean the same thing. Manufacturing liaison. Basically there, you're a go-between person between engineering and manufacturing and production. So you'd be trying to solve problems, trying to be the conduit through which solutions are established. Quality agent, making sure that something is going to perform the way the customer is expecting it to perform. Estimator, where you're determining how much it's going to cost and maybe try to determine, okay, we can do this more cheaply or more efficiently. Project manager, making sure that things function on time, on schedule, and with the least amount of problems or deviations. Here's just a few pictures of some of our facilities. And once again, these are not meant to be all-inclusive. In the first one at the left, you would see our material testing lab. And that's used for doing structural testing of materials and also for inspection purposes, non-destructive testing, metrology. And then you just see a hallway looking into one of our labs. Nice, spacious new facility, and we're very proud of this. You'll hear sometimes people talk about the Tech Hub. This is the new addition that was established, and we are the main users of that space. The next one at the left shows a picture of our composites lab. We have a variety of capabilities within that for different types of processes, everything from wet layup to Farnham resin infusion. We have a cure oven, we have a dust control booth, a paint booth, etc. On the other side here, we see just a small glimpse of our 3D print lab. And we have multiple systems in there that allow you to use different technologies, everything from resin printing to fused deposition modeling to a type of a composite build where you'd have a reinforced material being built layer by layer. We have 3D scanning capabilities that's shown in the left, and we just happen to be scanning a person, and you see a few other items in there. We can scan all these different objects. Students have made use of this device to scan components of cars to be able to reconstruct them. People have scanned other items to be able to build things that are very advanced, more difficult to measure if you were to do it manually. And we see another picture here where we have somebody standing in front of a CNC machine. This is one of our multi-axis machines. This one is a 5-axis machine. Students get a lot of CNC training. We have CNC turning, CNC milling, and wire EDM. We're one of the few places with EDM machines. EDM means electrical discharge machining. That is a way of using electricity to erode the material to a very precise dimension. So just a few final comments. The manufacturing industries in Canada are really in need of knowledgeable people who need to replace the aging workforce, who are set to retire or who are already retired. And there have also been major supply chain issues, so there's a renewed interest in manufacturing in Canada. So we encourage people to become part of the solution to establish a good supply chain, a good flow of product to the Canadian consumers and secondary industries. And we have had a lot of employers contact us to see if we're going to have graduates available because they want to hire them. We have employers contacting us looking for people. Employment of the aerospace manufacturing engineering technology graduates is above, there's a typo in there, I apologize, that is above average for Confederation College and other Ontario colleges. And we will now watch a student testimonial. I'm going to jump ahead just briefly to say that there is another program that is somewhat similar and is built on some of the courses within our program, and it's Industrial Manufacturing Technology program. That is very specific because the entry requirements for that would be for students to have an engineering degree in either mechanical, aerospace, or industrial engineering. So there's a little bit of a link on that later. So let's watch this video. Hopefully it will play.
I wanted to kind of be an example to my friends and family that if you're unhappy with what you're doing, that it's not too late to actually change that path. You don't have to be stuck in the same mindless job all the time. So yeah, I came back to school to learn something that I've always been interested in growing up. My name is Robin Gathercole. I am in the Aerospace Manufacturing Engineering Technology program. I've always been interested in things that fly. You hear aerospace and you think airplanes, but it's actually a lot more than that. You get into composites and material types, so you're understanding the different chemistries of like a steel versus a composite or stuff like that. But then you're also learning how to operate CNC machines, and not only operate them, you're getting the knowledge on how to actually hold the workpiece in the machine itself. You're designing those fixtures, because not every part can just be held simply. Sometimes they're different complex shapes, and you just got to find a way to be able to hold it without the machine crashing and breaking the part or the machine itself. The tolerances, the accuracy, the precision needed to actually make the aircraft is so high that you're being held to a higher standard. And if you can actually manufacture aircraft, the sky's the limit. You can make anything, medical equipment, cars. That is another thing that drew me to the program, is just the technical skill that you're going to learn is just above and beyond most engineering programs. We're also learning about 3D printing. That's a new up and coming industry all on its own. It's actually quite an interesting program because while you're being taught about things that are already there, you're also being taught to go out and look at different new methods of being able to create different parts. It seems like the teachers are almost even learning because the industry is constantly growing. I got 5 kids. My younger kids, I wanted to be an example for them. They saw me at home through like the online learning, doing my homework at home, and my 8-year-old, he came up to me, he's like, I got homework too, and he hunkered down, sat down at the table, grabbed his bag, and started doing his homework right beside me. I wanted to lead by example for my family and show them that if you want to do something, just put some time and effort into it, and good things will happen. You get to decide what you want to do. It's not the teachers or professors telling you, hey, you got to make this, you got to make that. I'm tempted to actually create my own time trial bike. I do triathlon. So like to me, the freedom to be able to come in, make my own bike, like from scratch, like that's just, what other program allows you to do something like that? At the end of this, if I had a job that I wanted to get into, it'd be like SpaceX, JPL, anything, like just exploring our universe and being able to say I made something that like went to Mars or went to Pluto or even further beyond. I think that would be cool to take part in stuff like that.
Okay, so within that, we see that people choose sometimes the aerospace manufacturing program as a second career, and that's what Robin did, and he explained a little bit about why he likes this program. So he's just one of many students who have come back to school to create a new career for themselves. So that's our presentation. We hope that some of you will consider this program. We think it's a fantastic one, and we'd love to see you here.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rod. And this is, like you said, this is one of the program that a lot of Filipino engineers, especially in the manufacturing side, that wanted to pursue their career. If they want to enhance and come here in Canada and learn more, I mean, this aerospace manufacturing program is very perfect for you guys.
Right, and as I mentioned, the industrial manufacturing program, the IMP program, is tailored for people who already have an engineering degree and want to expand their knowledge in manufacturing.
Yes, and I just want to confirm, Rod, you mentioned that even a high school graduate can also take this program?
Absolutely. The AMET, the aerospace manufacturing program, is designed to bring you in with just a high school background.
Wow.
Oh, perfect.
Good. And just a quick question, Rod. Before we go to the other topic, how many hours does the student really spend on the actual interaction versus the class theory discussion?
How many hours of theory and how many hours of lab? Is that what you're... Once again, it's almost a 50-50 split, but it depends on the particular course. So some semesters could be 60% theory, some ones could be maybe 40% theory, but it's in around that type of a mix.
I see. And what's the typical class size you have?
Typical class sizes are usually in the 20s. So 22, 24 kind of thing. Occasionally you will have a large class for the theory component of possibly 40, but that's more rare. Usually it's in the 20s or maybe low 30s. Sometimes it's even less than that. But then the labs, where people are actually doing the hands-on work, they're typically in the 10 to 16 student size.
Rod, I have a quick question about the video. So the person in the video said he built his own bike.
Oh, he said he
Or-
wants to.
I wanted. Okay.
Yeah.
I just got curious. So let's say students create projects for the program. Would the materials be covered by their tuition fee, or they have to purchase their own material?
You know what? That depends on how much material is being used. Sometimes we have materials that have been donated from industry. And also there's a certain amount of materials that are allocated for student projects. So if it's just a minor amount, but if it's above and beyond, they would be expected to pay for it. They're not expected to have to pay for the projects that they build if it's going to be something that is going to be used by the college. For example, some people have built different types of fixtures or something that would be used on one of our machines, and that is completely cost covered by the college program.
Oh, great.
So if it's something they want to have and take with them, then they're expected to buy the materials for that, unless it's just leftover pieces that we have that we can contribute.
Awesome.
Yes.
So in case somebody wants to do like an extra project, they buy the materials, but the use of the technology, the machines, would they be allowed to do so?
Generally, yes. We encourage students to work on projects because that's the way they learn.
Yeah.
If it's something that they're interested in, they will probably do a better job and be a little bit more dedicated to it. An example I should have included in the presentation, but I did not. One young lady built an electric violin, and it was amazing. The work that she put into that was just phenomenal, and the results were fantastic. And then at her final presentation for her third-year project, she played the violin. So that was just icing on the cake.
Wow.
Wow. There you go, guys. Aerospace manufacturing process technology is a very good program. And shout out to all manufacturing engineers, industrial engineers, what else? Mechanical engineers, if you guys are interested. Like I said, Confederation College is perfect college for you guys. They have the most current, what I call this one, tools that they use, and yeah, you can learn from the first-hand experience from the professors that they have. And me and Michael was there just last month, just this December, and we are the living testimony that they have this huge workspace for the students to really learn.
Yeah, I was about to say I was really impressed with the facility. It feels like you're in such a learning environment that you actually want to pick up something and try to build something on your own. And we also had the pleasure of viewing the different technologies, the different types of or different parts of an aircraft that was built by students. What surprised me the most was the precision required to, like, they built two identical parts. Two people would build it and they would compare if it's actually very much the same. I was really impressed with the accuracy of how the students did it. And the machines, they're just, I guess, even for somebody who saw it for the first time with zero idea, you could tell that the machines are really high tech when it comes to the speed, the efficiency. When we saw some of them at work, so it's really great. It's really impressive. If I were a student and if I wanted to do an upgrade, or if I was in an engineering background and I wanted to jump into aerospace, I think it's a good move for people in that industry.
Yeah. So, Rod, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, and hopefully this is not the last time or the first time, but we're gonna continue to do this. And like I said, Sun-Cor is here to support Confederation College, especially for these programs that you have. That we wanted to let everyone know in the Philippines that we have this certain program just for you.
Yep.
Okay, and so our next presenter would be we'll be discussing about the mechanical engineering. So Rob, I'm going to put you on backstage. I'm going to put Richard up. Thank you once again very much, Rob, and
thank you so much, Rob.
See you soon.
Thank you.
There you go. Hello, Richard. How are you?
Morning. Good. Good yourselves?
Good.
Great,
Good
great,
morning.
great.
We're good. Actually, we are no. I am for 2 hours flight away from Richard, and I am like 4 hours flight away from Michael because Michael's in Calgary. Richard is in what call this one, Thunder Bay, and I am
Thunder
in
Bay,
Niagara. So technology is very good, connecting people in different time zones, and we're trying to connect to the Philippines as well. So Rob, Philippines is a very good market when it comes to engineering as well, and I know Confederation can offer more. We wanted to feature Confederation College when it comes to the engineering programs that they have. And Richard is going to be discussing the mechanical engineering program, the diploma in mechanical engineering.
Yep, I am.
Okay, just let me know if you have the presentation up.
Sure. Yeah. So myself, I worked about 4 years in a paper mill, and in industrial. I'm actually industrial systems engineer, licensed PN for the province of Ontario. And after that, I spent 16 years in aerospace, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I've been teaching and coordinator for another 11 years.
So you have the credentials already speak by itself.
So let's see if I can get this working there.
Yep.
Here you go. We see it.
Okay. So some of these slides I can go through a little faster, just because I see we're a little shorter on time, and actually some of it's already been covered by Rod. So the mission requirements would be the same as the aerospace program. Okay. To the international students, we offer a 2-year program. You can either do the 1-year mechanical techniques or the 2-year mechanical technician, which is nice. It gives some options out there, right? So what that means is after you finish your 1 year, you can actually leave with a technique certificate, or you can continue on and finish the technician certificate. And when you apply for the program, you can apply for either one. Because it comes summertime in between the semesters, you'll actually get an invitation back for the second year if you want to attend. The program structure, and this is pretty much across the college for most programs, we call it the 717 model. So students do 2 semesters. They do 7 weeks of classes, then you get a week off, and they do 7 more weeks of classes. And that's in both semesters. And very similar to like Rod's, we do both a theory and a lab for hands-on training. They're all combined. And you had the question for Rod about weighting. We're a little different in that the mechanical engineering program is also a trades-based program. So we cover both trades and engineering. So as you progress through each of the years of the program, you do more engineering work and less hands-on. So in the first year, we probably do like a 65-70% split hands-on trades type stuff. And the other 30% would be like the in-class type of thing. And then the second year, of course, I'd probably drop like a 60-40 split. Evaluation is very similar to that of the aerospace program. Assignments, quizzes, tests, labs, and each type of evaluations depend on the class, of course. Now we do offer an optional co-op between year 1 and 2. You don't have to sign up for it, but it's available. And we have a co-op office on campus that's helps you find work and prepares you for your resumes and stuff like that. Okay. In terms of program structure, I threw this up there. This is basically a list of our courses for the first 2 years, just to kind of give you a taste. And I'll cover this in the uniqueness of the program. What's really nice about this program is because of the diversity of classes, the difference of classes, our students really go in all kinds of different directions. And if they're unsure sometimes of what direction I'll go in, because of the diversity of classes, the students really have a good choice of what direction they want to go in. Some of our students actually come from other programs. They've seen some of the stuff we do. We've had students transfer from the human resources program, the nursing program, business. They just get fascinated by some of the stuff we cover. And so they actually transfer programs into mechanical engineering. So you can see we do a lot of design work. We use SolidWorks as our CAD. It's a kind of comparable one to Kokkee, but maybe more of a smaller company-based kind of software, definitely mechanically based. Okay, we still do the math and the physics, but then we throw in some welding and we throw in some hand tools, machine shop. We do hydraulics, electricity, fluid mechanics, so it's all over the place. And we do a little bit of CNC, but not to the extent that they do in the aerospace program. We're probably a little more mechanically inclined, working on pumps and transmissions and that kind of thing. Students who do well in this program, typically it's a combination of math and hands-on, but the program is not that difficult. As long as you're committed to it and you want to do it, you're going to succeed and do fine. But that's just like anything else you do in life too, right? It's a great option to consider. It was presented earlier that the college is very small, right? The theory we do is supplemented by our hands-on learning. One thing we like to do with the hands-on piece is we actually make a lot of stuff or use the skill sets that students learned to make things that they get to take home with them. A good example is machine shop. They'll make tap handles, use some hammers. Welding class, they'll at the end of the semester they make a boat anchor actually take home with them. The CNC class this year we're making little barbecues like hibachis, right? So we try to create a lot of fun in the projects as well, right? In that learning experience. If you're engaged, you're going to do well. Okay. Classes are small. We basically size the classes based on the type of class, the equipment, and the safety. For example, our machine shop class, we put a maximum of 12 students in it. Whereas, like say, a drafting class, we would put a maximum of 30, but then you're just sitting at desks or at the computers, right? So it's a little bit different. We've got lots of new equipment. And like I mentioned, the course diversity allows for many different directions of career choices. Okay. We're one of the few programs where students can go into either trades or engineering. A lot of our students that choose the trades route actually go into what's called millwright apprenticeship, which is a little hands-on kind of thing, right? In the millwrighting program, we actually have the curriculum all embedded into the first 2 years, which means that if you go in an apprenticeship direction, you actually don't have to come back to school to do your 3 millwright apprenticeships in the education stuff. You still have to put your hours in the working world, but you don't have to come back for the education piece. Okay. Students from the program, they find work all over Canada, but typically our graduates tend to stay in Ontario. I've always been in Thunder Bay. I've left Thunder Bay to go to school. Actually, I came back. It's just a beautiful place to be. Typical like jobs, all kinds of career paths. Students will end up in management at some point in time, or again, hands-on millwrighting, operations management, engineering type roles, design type roles. So really, really diverse. In terms of the employment rate, the current employment for the graduates are very high. Last year, we actually had more employers than I had graduates looking for students, particularly in the trades area. The trades are really, really popular right now. Okay. I got a few videos I can show. Okay, so I'm going to show one on the program itself, and I got a couple project classes that the students build stuff in. So they take all their skill sets and they make stuff and the equipment and that kind of thing. So I'll show you a couple of those. Those are lots of fun to do. And the truck conversion, I'll tell you about that one right now. It's because it's a little noisier video. A student took his truck, a 1-ton truck, and he actually converted it into a dump truck. So he took all his knowledge of the hydraulics background and everything else in welding, and he actually converted his truck over. Okay, and but whatever program you choose, choose something that's going to interest you, right? As long as you're doing something that interests you, you're going to succeed. Okay. Okay, so I can see if I can get this working there.
Yeah, I can see that you have a handsome gentleman at your back.
I do, yep. And he's gonna talk in a minute, actually.
Okay. Very good.
Okay, so this, can you see the video?
Not yet. We could hear it, but we can't see it yet.
Can't see it. Okay, one second.
You just need to share.
Share screen. Oh, we'll do this one first, I guess. There we go.
Engineering program.
All right, we see it.
Although we do have students doing pianists, the occasional is their area of focus. So the students are involved in lots of different labs. One class they can be in the machine shop, in the clean room, in the hydraulics lab, and hands-on. And second year, we do some CNC stuff. And also as they do their math and physics as well. It is a 3-year program, but students can do 1, 2, or the 3rd year. So generally what happens is the students more interested in the trade side stick around for the 1st year or the 2nd year. And the students are more interested in the engineering kind of focus will do the 3rd year and possibly transition into Lakehead. And so the 1st year they can graduate with mechanical techniques. The 2nd year they can graduate with mechanical technician, or the 3rd year, of course, mechanical technologist. So we have lots of options for the students.
I chose to go into this program because I was always really fascinated about how things work and how to build things. So I figured this program would probably be the best option for me. The most fascinating thing I've learned so far was how you can machine something on the computer and then put it to a CNC machine and it makes it itself. I thought that was probably the coolest thing so far.
I kind of struggled with math until I started here. And then once I got going, pretty much became like my favorite subject, strangely. I really enjoy the hands-on stuff, but the math seems like just a fun, almost just like a puzzle, like something you would do as a hobby in your spare time.
So going into mill writing, a lot of the employers will come and hire out of the 2-year program. Someone that has some experience, right? Someone that knows the tools already versus hiring someone right off the street.
Okay. Hey, just bear with me here. I'm going to try and share another one. Well, it's not working for me. Let's do a file. Well, the other way.
It is kind of fun though.
Okay, so we have a lot of fun with our projects. This student, Mark, he actually built a monowheel. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. Yeah, so we built that in the shop. That was his project. It's a 12-volt electric driven. So that was one of the projects. So we do have a lot of fun with the students in the project we do. Yeah, let me show you one more here.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
How many hours did it take to build that one?
The students have a whole semester. It's a 4-hour class, basically. And they do a lot of time on their own as well.
Oh,
and
okay.
like Brad said, we try and support them with a lot of materials as much as we can. Some of the projects, students want to do for themselves. Same idea. So they put in a lot into them too. So this fellow here, his name's Jeff. He turned his 1-ton truck into a dump truck for working around his farm field. And believe it or not, he actually did this conversion for $75 Canadian. He scavenged up all the materials, the hydraulics, and designed it all himself. And this is just outside the lab.
Pretty fast.
It is, yep.
Wow. $75.
jump ahead a little bit. Right, you can see the hydraulics under it. We do lots of hydraulics. Okay, so I won't show you too much there.
Those look
It's
fun.
so fun, Students are, able to do so their projects while they're learning.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Go back to PowerPoint here. Right. Okay. So yeah, so it's really important, I think, to do whatever program you choose, and I think any coordinator here at the college will push you that direction. I've frequently actually suggested students take the aerospace program just because that seemed to be what more up their alley. So beside me, you've seen, or probably seen in the background, Michael. He's actually one of my current second-year mechanical students, and he's from the Philippines. So I thought it'd be great to have a students, and it's always nice to get a non-instructor's opinion of things. So I'll let Michael step in here, and I'll let him present the program of the
Hello, Michael. Good morning, magandang umaga po.
Good morning.
What I like about the mechanical engineering program here, it's really because back home, I graduated Bachelor of Science Mechanical Engineering. So I took it here para to be able to do the mechanical engineering program. So it's more on an actual yung mga tinuturo nila. We were able to use the lathe machine. We were able to do the welding, oxyacetylene. Right now, one of our subjects is Intro to CNC, which I'm really looking forward to. We even did last semester. We did a project where it's called the Rube Goldberg project, where it's a series of steps where one step lead to another step. The amount of supervision or yung materials na ginamit namin, it's all from the school. We brought some in, like siguro yung screws na wala dito, but most of it is coming from the school. The machines, we're allowed to use it as long as there's a professor at the classroom. We can ask questions with what we want to do. So overall, the project, it's really amazing. We learned a lot regarding the use of like lathe machines and the overall machine shop. So what I like about Confederation College is it's a big campus. The technology that compared to like what I had back home, it's really advanced. And Confederation College has this events where they give free stuffs as well. They have free food. Last semester they started the cultural eventing. They started with the Indian culture, and then they had the Filipino culture, which was hosted by Filipino students as well. Kulang na lang mag-video okay kami nung nakaraan. It's really amazing, like the influx of Filipino students coming to Thunder Bay as well. It's a lot. And then sa Thunder Bay, it's a fun city. Like I've enjoyed doing the activities. Like I've went to skiing, snowboarding,
Wow.
bowling. There's a lot of activities, and most of it is hosted by the college as well, which means we don't have to pay anything for the event. Like you just have to sign up and show that you're a student, and you can come and join your activities. So overall, I would encourage students to come here, especially for someone like me who prefer the actual stuff more than the theoretical. It's really fun. Yeah, come to Thunder Bay.
And saan ka ba nag-graduate sa atin? I mean, where did you finish?
Graduate po ako ng PIP Manila.
Archaeological
I
Institute of the
graduated
Philippines.
last 2019 October. Then I took the licensure exam 2020 tapos nag-pandemic. So I plan to go here 2020 but na-delay po siya due to pandemic.
I see. And did you ever had an experience, work experience back home, or you
I
just decided?
didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't because of the pandemic. I helped out at my parents' store back home during the pandemic. I've been helping out with my parents.
Yeah. So, when did you arrive here?
Excuse me?
Oh, when did you arrive here in Canada? When did you
I
start
arrived
your?
in Canada last September 2021. During that time, hybrid yung course. I had subjects na online, but yung actual stuff were machine shop, like welding shop, we have to go face to face. The online ones, it's math, physics, the college writing. Those are the online ones last year.
Which can you say is your favorite part about studying in Confederation College?
My favorite part would be the professors are really kind. Like one of the things that like a culture shock for me is like the students like talk to professors in the first name basis. Usually, kasi back home we usually call them like moms, ma'am, sir, prof. Here you can chat with them a lot and you can ask questions, especially the projects. They help you out a lot. They won't leave you hanging. As long as they have the answers, they will help you. And also, professors like Richard here always send us like whenever there's like um, job job opportunities like part time or yung co-op. He sends us an email, which really good.
So, let me just ask you: did you do part-time work while studying, or you just did study?
During the first year, I did part-time work. I worked at a restaurant. I did food prep and washing dishes for 5 months, I think. And then I stopped doing that to focus more on my studies. Kasi pa-graduate na rin. So,
Michael, I have a question about your life in Thunder Bay. So, as somebody who came from Manila,
yeah.
and when you arrived in Thunder Bay, was there any time in your student life that you found it hard to transition to your life in Thunder Bay, or did it went smoothly?
The first months it's been rough because I didn't know anyone here. I have a family in Toronto, but here I didn't know anyone. So in transition, I didn't have anyone to ask regarding, let's say, the first few weeks I've been here. I didn't know that there was a free bus as long as you have the school ID. So when I go to places, I usually take the cab, or if it's not that far away, I just walk. So it would be better if I knew someone like before I went here, so that I can ask questions. But so it's been rough, but right now it's going smoothly so far.
The work is, since you're there already, so you'll be helping the new the newcomers that teach them.
Yeah, like if they come here,
you'll be paying it forward. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you for representing the Philippines in
1,000 difference tayo, Atilani, sa ano.
They just got featured. They just got featured in Omni News for Confederation College, one of the Filipino local news here in Canada. So Confederation College was featured for, showing supporting the Filipino community in Thunder Bay,
Yeah,
and that was
I think
good.
I saw the news.
Yeah. Okay. So once again, thank you very much for sharing your
Michael, thank you so
experience.
much.
Sige po.
And
Salamat po.
congratulations in advance
Thank
for
you.
your career.
Sige po.
I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Yep. So
Sure.
thanks, Michael. Yeah. So one thing you mentioned about the one class about the Rube Goldberg machine in our power transmission class, like I said, we like to have a little bit of fun events. So we actually have a little competition. Rube Goldberg machine is about doing a very, very simple task and making it very difficult. So this year, what the students had to do, they had to turn my desk light off, and they had to do it in like 15 steps. And so they had to come up with ways to turn it off. And it's all about like power transmission and all the courses they've taken so far, energy transfer, stuff like that. So we try and do things to make it a little more fun.
Yep. I think
Yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. If anybody has any questions or.
yeah, I think I'm trying to.
Well, while Nikki is looking for the questions, I have some questions of my own because I got interested from the engineering standpoint. I did part of my student life. I was also in industrial engineering.
Okay.
So typically for graduates for Confederation College, I saw on your slide that some of them tend to stay in Ontario, but for Thunder Bay itself, would there be a chance for a student to find employment within the city?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we find that a lot of the international students have family like in the bigger cities. So they tend to, a lot of them tend to, go to school here and then go to like Toronto, Ottawa to stay with their families. But a lot of them do stay in Thunder Bay. Yep.
Okay. Because we noticed for international students, if they like the college, they already rooted themselves there for the first 2 years of their Canadian life. Some of them, they don't want to leave because they established their network. They found their church. They have friends. Their classmates becomes their work colleagues. So I was wondering, like, I know there was a paper mill before in Thunder Bay, and I think there's a water treatment station too, and a lot of facilities. Would this provide enough opportunities for them to find work?
Absolutely, but there's a lot more to Thunder Bay than just the pick mills and stuff like that too. There's a huge mining, actually increase in mining coming up and around the area. So there is a lot of demand for students in Thunder Bay, right? Or for graduates, I should say, I guess, in Thunder Bay. Yeah, and that's a very good point about students. Is that your school is a fantastic time. It's for socializing, getting to know people, and developing those friendships. And a lot of the grads I've had, there's years, they still remain friends. They still keep in touch.
Yeah.
They come back and visit us all the time. Hey, Rod, say hi, and or they send us an email, stuff like that. So it's quite nice to keep in touch with everyone.
Was there a time that students actually ask for a recommendation letter from you guys?
Absolutely, yeah. We do it all the time.
Oh, perfect. Because I think for international students, when they, let's say they don't have a co-op, they don't have work experience yet to present, and some employers actually ask for references. So I think the best one that they could get would be from their professors.
For sure, yeah. I know I don't want to speak for Rod, but I'm sure that he does it too. But yeah, all the time we do references for all our students. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
I do have one question from live that I can. This is from Red Pamesin. So this is regarding NDT tester. It's also in demand in the Philippine aerospace. I'm not sure in Canada. So can we ask them or the guest, is NDT? Do you have any? Do you have a training or program for NDT to continue her studies in Canada? So NDT is like a.
Rod, do you want that one?
Right, sure. We offer a little bit of NDT within the program, but I believe that this person is looking for more in-depth, specific training to become certified for NDT, and I would direct them to Mohawk College in Hamilton. They have the facility that allows training and testing and certification. So, that's another one of the Ontario colleges, but they specifically focus on NDT.
Mhm. Okay, thank you very much for that. So those are just the more specific question.
Mhm.
But you guys already explained everything, especially for the aerospace and then the mechanical side as well, and the this industrial engineering side as well. Rod said that this is just almost the same as aerospace manufacturing, but more on specific, right? Rod?
Right. It's built for that for students who have an engineering background already, have an engineering degree from another country, and it is specifically an international program. So it is not targeted for domestic students. So we bring in a whole contingent of international students with an engineering degree foundation, and in a 2-year program, we give them a lot of hands-on so that they're able to apply that knowledge to a career path where they'd be functional for Canadian industry.
There you go.
I have one question for both programs. I guess one of the things that international students look after would be their return on investment once they graduate. Most of them are looking forward to try their skills in the Canadian labor market. So, what would be the typical salary range for a graduate for each of the programs?
You know what? That's really hard to say because we don't want to tie ourselves down to any one particular industry sector or area of the country, because the cost of living is so different from, say, Toronto to
definitely
a smaller community to East Coast to Vancouver. Some of those are among the highest cost of living places, so salaries have to be commensurate with the cost of living.
True.
So I would say that just sort of a ballpark, people would be looking at in around the $50,000 entry.
Oh, that's a good start. That's a good start.
Right. Once again, that would be for the engineering technology. That would be the 3-year program. Technician, somewhat less generally, but once again, it depends on the student's background and their individual capabilities. Quite often, students will enhance what they are able to do with additional certifications that they have pursued on their own. So that would always give them an added value for their employer.
Perfect. I think that's a decent range, considering it's a very general ballpark compared to other programs. It's good to know that within a year's time they'd be able to, in theory, recover that cost of investment.
Right.
Yeah. Time check. It's already 10 in the morning. I guess we're a little bit over time, but once again, Rod and Richard, thank you very much. Just to let you know, this is recorded, so people can go to our Facebook and our YouTube channel, so they can join the discussion. And hopefully, this is just the beginning. This is just a start for us marketing the engineering programs we have for Confederation College. Because to be honest, only few people knows that we have this kind of programs and the facilities you have as well. So that's one of our main purpose why we are doing this, to educate everyone that in Confederation, you guys have a variety of programs, and especially you have this program that's very suitable for Filipino that is interested when it comes to engineering. Okay. Rod, do you have any last word that you want to share to our audience before we let you
Other
go?
than we welcome international students, and they help to make the community much more vibrant, and it's really fun to see them here. So we encourage you to come and spend some time with us, and I think that you'll want to stay.
For sure.
Of course. Yes.
Yep,
And
and
thank you,
same,
Rob.
yep, and same thing for me too. I have a lot of fun with them, right? It's great. The first name basis I totally enjoy, right? It's more like a friendly type of environment instead of a relationship, instead of like professor student kind of relationship.
Yes. And yeah, so once again, thank you very much for this live
Thank
session
you.
that you, and hopefully we're gonna do it next time. But before you go, I just want to also show everyone that next this Thursday, we're gonna be doing another session with the the faculty and coordinator. They're gonna be presenting the two programs, which is the electrical and instrumentation with Team and Steve, and also the ICT solutions for business will be presented by Gavin. So yeah, it's gonna be on Thursday, January 26th, 9 a.m. in Toronto time and 10 p.m. in Manila time. So yeah, stay tuned. And like I said, this is just the beginning. We're gonna do this every now and then, just to really specifically discuss
Yep.
the programs that they have. Okay, so Rod, Richard, thank you very much. Stay
Thank
safe
you so
and
much, gentlemen.
have a good day.
Have a great day.
Take care.
Thank you
Have a
so
good day.
much. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you. Same as you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Yan, kumusta po kayo mga kababayan?
Ayan,
Yan po.
muntik na ako maubusan doon, Kuya Nicky.
Yun, nag-nosebleed na nga ako. I mean, yeah. Joke lang. Pero this is a very good session talaga. This is what we noticed na mas maganda kung we can do a discussion anyway, specific talaga sa program to learn from the best, to learn from the source or the teacher itself kung ano ba talaga yung program na to. And yun, iakyat muna natin ng ating bisita, ng ating Miss Universe.
Miss Universe from ayan, si Miss Jessie Manzano po, mga kababayan.
Hello. You know what? I learned a lot. Even there are a lot of jargons, but from this different perspective, I've learned a lot. All this time, I thought yung aerospace is only for aviation. Those who want to build airplanes.
Parang nung in-explain sa amin doon, Miss Cristel, nung sabi nila, kung kaya mo gumawa ng eroplano, kaya mo nang gumawa ng kahit ano. So, parang gano'n nila in-explain sa amin. Nung I think Kuya Nicky, si Rod kasama natin sa tour eh.
Yes.
Nung dine-demonstrate niya.
Yeah,
Sky's the limit. Literal and figurative.
Yeah, I mean, alam mo yung I work dun sa isang manufacturing company kasi dito. Alam mo yung mga nag-work doon, mga professional. Pagdating namin doon, kung ano yung nakita ko doon sa company kung saan ako nag-work dati, hindi yung mga machine nila, pero mga student yung gumagawa. Alam mo yun, yung tipong, wow, they're really serious in it. And yun nga, na-mention nga ni Rod na Confederation really invest for the engineering, nila, yung mga facilities nila. And talagang sulit, sabi ko nga. And ang ganda talaga. They have their own building just for the engineering.
Yeah, yung tech hub.
Yes. Nakaka-amaze kasi yung environment pa lang, pagpasok mo, tapos with the facilities they have, lalo na yung sa 3D printing nila.
Yung 3D printing, astig kung ano-ano pinagagawa nila dun eh.
Oo. And all students can access it. No? Hindi siya yung tipong, And
So,
this is like,
balance talaga ng hands-on practical. I think that's one of the core value of the college. Wherein the students really have the simulation, and I'm pretty much impressed with the professors as well. They're very friendly. You can really approach them based from the testimony by Michael. We have may guest pa. Ang galing. So we were able to cover pala different aspects, perspective ni professor, perspective ng estudyante, and of course us who are curious about the in and outs of Confederation College. Such
Yes,
a
and
great.
yeah, the Confederation College was just featured in Omni News about the Filipino culture.
Ano tayo shout out tayo sa lahat ng mga estudyante, mga Filipino students diyan sa
Yeah.
Confederation College. You guys rock. This won't be possible without you and of course our partners or consultants. So maraming salamat for always lifting the good vibe, having a good vibe, having a very positive reputation in the community. And tuloy-tuloy natin yan. So, positive lang tayo, keep it cool, enjoy the process. Alam ko, stressful din naman, syempre, balancing work and studies. We do understand that. So, that's why kami ay saludo sa inyong lahat at nagpapasalamat kami sa ating Filipino community. Not only pala Thunder Bay, by the way. So, thank you din pala sa Omni News. And we have 4 campuses. Masingit ko pala. Kasi yung featured programs natin ngayon, Thunder Bay, but we also have in Kenora, Fort Francis, and Dryden. First time yan, this 2022, that we're launching more programs. And
Don't worry, we're
campus.
gonna feature those campuses and their programs itself. Iba-ibang feature kasi each campus iba-ibang feature nila. And
True.
shout out kay kay Maricor, the student
Hi.
ambassador of Confederation College. And po nag-dinner kami with her. Yung yung celebrity yung dumating na celebrity.
Yeah. Nung na-meet namin yung mga taga-Confed na students, they're a happy bunch. Masaya sila. You could feel na talaga yung bonding nila. And iba-ibang program sila, hindi sila talaga classmates. More of nagkakilala lang kasi Filipinos in the same school. They're the pioneers of their community. Mga PR na yung iba. Actually, yung iba, doon na pinanganak pero marunong pa mag-Tagalog. So, nakakatuwa na seeing them together regardless of their immigration status, for example. Parang lahat Pilipino lang, ganun. Lahat nag-enjoy lang. International student, Filipino na domestic. Masaya sila. And parang nakakatuwa na makitang solid yung group nila.
Correct. And yeah, speaking of which, maraming salamat also for the time that you have given. Last December, thank you for visiting the campus. Papa, sabi ko na dapat i-red carpet natin to eh. So next visit.
Ayan,
Pagdating ko dyan this year, kita-kits tayo dyan.
Ayan.
Chris Pimentel, proud Confederation College student.
Ayan. Hello po, Mrs. Chris. Or Sir Chris.
Chris.
Ang gusto ko lang din, Rose, parang ang lapit lahat, no? Doon sa Thunder Bay mismo kung nasan located yung school. So parang ang lapit lang lahat. At the same time, yung bus itself, dumadaan sa school. And then isa pa doon, yung you don't need to pay for the bus fare kasi nga
libre pala yung bus.
Yes. Yung pwede kang pumasok ka walang pera.
Oo.
Yeah.
Yung,
Pero,
sorry.
Yeah, pero magugulat kayo, no? They think that, Thunder Bay is a remote area, but it's not. They have an airport, they have may port sila. At the same time, meron sa mga establishment. Doon nga kami nag-dinner sa The Keg. And The Keg is a very well-known, talagang siya, hindi naman, medyo expensive na restaurant. No? Kahit saan ka pumunta pag sinabing The Keg, yun. So, it only means that, and then everything is so accessible, no? May mga kasi ang perception kasi ng mga tao ay ang layo sa city, parang yan liblib yan. No, it's not. Magugulat kayo.
Kompleto pa din kasi dumating kami madaling araw ni Kuya Nicky, merong 24-hour na
McDonald's.
Yes. Siguro pag landing sa airport, Pilipino agad bumungad sa amin sa rent-a-car, for example. So, siya, may growing Filipino community. Ang napansin ko nga nun, parang sumasakay kami aeroplano, yung mga taga doon talaga, parang kilala nila yung isa't isa doon sa airplane. Kaya napaka-tight nung community nila. Kaya maganda.
Yes, we
Awesome.
just do this. We noticed that the Filipino community is helping each other. Hindi yung
Mm.
nagsisiraan. But they're welcoming yung yung mga local na Filipinos na doon. They're also trying to help yung mga kababayans natin to settle down. Nagpaparent sila sa basement nila, which is good kasi it's so nice to see Filipino kapwa Pinoy natin na nandun. Alam mo naman tayo pag Pinoy, proud tayo na alam mo yun. Di ba yung Pinoy ka ba? Oh, Pinoy ako. Uy, tara. So yun, thank you very much, Miss Cristel. No, this is the first time we did this, pero I think this is more effective, no? Kasi nga program specific siya, talagang learn from the main of the source itself, yung mga teachers mismo.
Straight from the source.
Yes. Sabi mo nga, hindi mo nga alam na yung palang aerospace, hindi lang pang piloto or pang oo. Kasi marami siyang talaga na sabi nga ni Kuya Mikmik, kung makagawa ka ng aeroplano, kaya mo na gawin lahat. Kasi pati gears, pati lahat, ginagawa nila. Actually bro, binigyan tayo ng binigyan kami ng keychain na gumagawa siya ng keychain na digitally, oo. So sabi niya, mga students din gumagawa nun. Sabi ko, wow. No? And we're very lucky din, and privileged na partner with Confederation. We met Miriam, siya yung dean, and also the president na meet namin.
Kathy?
Kathy, yeah, Miss Kathy.
Yes. Ang sobrang bait nila. Sobrang bait nila. They're very approachable. And yun nga, we did discuss this na, how can we market more, not only to bring more Filipinos. Kasi nga, right now, nung pumunta kami ni Kuya Mikmik, mayroon silang town hall meeting with the president. Kami lang yung nandun. And we were recognized. Sabi ko, para bang nagpa-meeting lahat ng mga employee. Tapos yun na, as a guest, nandun kami. And then they explained to us that the international numbers of international students is now trying to parang cope up with the local numbers din. Parang 50-50 na ngayon.
Yeah.
Yun. Tapos, ano pa? Once again, this is gonna be a series of every Tuesday.
Sorry. Before we ako naman may question. Ano yung you asked the guest kanina, but since you were able to visit recently, of course, the campus, apart from meeting the students, what else? Ano pa yung memorable experience, or you would say na ito talaga si Confed, ito si Thunder Bay? What makes the college and the location unique?
Siguro sa akin, sa dami ng campus tours na nagawa namin, si Thunder Bay it's a smaller city pero solid siya. Solid siya na, yun nga, yung ino-observe ko yung, kunyari, sa airport lang, makikita mo, everybody knows everybody. So there's a sense of community talaga. And as you may know, community-driven din yung immigration programs nila, which is good. Pagdating sa environment, it's just like any other city in Canada. Kompleto naman po siya. Yun nga, may airport, may mall, may hotels. Note lang na mas maaga magsara yung ibang establishments. Siguro kasi nga, given na it's not a big city, there's no need for them to open for a longer time. Pero walang traffic eh. Yun yung siguro ako, yun yung isa sa mga titignan ko lagi, ma-traffic ba o hindi. Kasi sa point of view na magko-commute, it takes longer if you take public transport, all the more kung ma-traffic. Kunyari sa Toronto, ma-traffic. Tapos nag-commute ka pa, mas matagal talaga. Versus dun sa Thunder Bay kasi
pro si Kuya Mikmik.
Oo nga.
Ako naman, hinihintay na si Kuya. Ako naman is yung misconception talaga ng tao na what is Thunder Bay. I want to prove them wrong. Sabi ko, para lang din siyang Niagara Falls na without the falls. Nung dumating kami sa airport, yung hotel na pinasukan namin or pinuntahan namin is only 5 minutes drive from the airport. Nung connect namin yung hotel to the campus is already another 5 to 10 minutes drive. So ganun ka lapit lang, no? Ganun kalapit lahat, and then yun nga, nandun na yung, hindi naman lahat nagsasara ng 7. Meron din naman open. But yun nga, merong metro, merong, alam mo yung groceries. Nung tinanong din namin yung mga students, saan basta nahirapan ba sila maghanap ng work? Hindi naman daw, maraming work eh. No? Ano lang is yung nga, dapat daw, yung schedule mo lang sa school mo doon sa nahirapan kasi nga, syempre, student, no? Hindi naman pwedeng sabihin, oy, Confed, no, ito yung work ko, pwede mag-adjust kayo sa sked ko. No? You need to adjust sa sked ng program ninyo. Pero once again, yun nga, ano namin na they're enjoying their time there. Sabi niya ng mga Pilipino nga doon na if given a chance kung mag-aaral siya ulit, they will always still choose yung Confed. Kasi nga, sabi nga, kuya, kung doon ka sa Toronto, sa Mississauga, sa ibang lugar na mga tao, sa Ontario, still, yung gastos mo mahal, dito, yung minimum wage doon, saka minimum wage dito are just the same.
Yeah.
So, kaya nga sabi ko, kung ano, doon malaking gastos. So, imagine mo yung residential nila, 350 to 450.
350 yung yeah. With Wi-Fi and utilities na yun.
Exactly. Dito, yung 600, 700 na dito yung minimum, isang room na lang yun eh. Pero it's good kasi nga talagang nakita mo, nakakatipid talaga sila doon. No?
Thank you for sharing. O, di ba? Okay.
Saka dami namin natutunan talaga. No? Ang daming, sabi ko sinong, ang dami naming maling akala na, yun nga, Confed kasi is well known for yung health programs ninyo.
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Ninyo. Pero sa engineering department, ang laki pala. Kumbaga, mas
pala
malaki
yung engineering nila.
Sa other programs. Talagang di-invest. Oo. And we
Kasi
wanted to...
May dental programs, may health programs. Kompleto siya eh. Pero yung engineering, I think it struck me the most. Hindi ko alam ko kasi kung dahil engineering student ako dati or what. Pero yung short moment na magkakasama kami nung mga coordinators, nung nandun kami, nung tinutour kami sa facilities, parang you can feel like you're surrounded with extremely smart people na parang feeling mo ikaw yung pinakawalang may alam. When pag ganun kasi, feeling mo ikaw yung matututo, kaya maganda. Yeah. Very talaga, for learning talaga siya.
Sa culinary din nila. Tinur nila kami doon sa culinary ninyo. Anong pangalan ng bro? Si Steve. Ano ba yun?
Yes, yung pinaka-chef nila na 40 years na.
Yeah. Talagang, alam mo yun, na-amaze ako dun sa facilities ninyo. Talagang hands-on talaga lahat, no? And which is good. Sabi niya, yung sa culinary daw, they spend more time dun sa mismong actual rather than dun sa theory. Which is good kasi nga meron din silang sariling parang ano ba yun? Restaurant na pwedeng mag-cater sila in case. No?
Tsaka may mga products na ginagawa yung mga international students na nabebenta nila.
Yeah, they said it. Yeah.
Maganda.
Yun nga eh.
So we're very excited, no, Cristel. Hopefully na nandito ka na soon.
Yep. Mauna muna umuwi si Ma'am, si Miss Miriam dito.
Yun. Kasi nga maganda talaga na ikaw mismo din, ma-share mo rin, ma-experience mo rin na lalo na yung engineering kasi hindi namin nakita at first, no. Nung pinalipat kami sa ibang building, doon lang namin uy, ang laki pala. Uy, ang
laki, tsaka brand new.
Oo. Hindi sabi yung picture namin puro na lang kasi nga na-amaze talaga kami lalo sa aerospace at saka sa engineering na buong building sa inyo. And they're so friendly. Yung mga si Rod, yun nga, si Rod, si Richard, they were there.
Ang dami nila.
Yeah, I saw the photos.
And the students are very happy. Hindi siya yung school na, alam mo yun, yung ambience na parang, hindi siya. Pero yung mga students na nakatawa palagi. Nakikita namin na iba-ibang lahi. May itim, may Indians. But most of all, mas konti lang yung din doon, international na Indians. Ang nakikita namin is more local din. Which is very good kasi nga the diversity also comes in. Matututo tayo sa Canadian culture, matututo din tayo sa ibang lahi, matututo sa atin. And this is so nice. Basta, ang experience namin doon, if you want to rate it, we wanted to rate it as 8 out of 10. Hindi siya perfect kasi kulang yung time namin. Hindi namin nalibot lahat.
At wala ako. Dapat kasama ako next time.
Saka, we want to go there sa summer din. Sa summer kasi we want to go, yun. Sabi kasi marami din kasi mga parks doon na pwedeng camping. Alam mo yun, na trek, na pwedeng puntahan daw. Kaya lang winter time kasi that time. Ang ito pa ang experience namin ni Kuya Mikmik, share nang namin. Sa aeroplano from Toronto to sa Thunder Bay, sabi ni Kuya Mikmik nga, halos lahat magkakilala.
Yung talaga yung nakakatawang part eh. Parang feeling ko tuloy parang nasa prank show kami na nakaset up kami kasi lahat magkakakilala eh.
Ibig sabihin na the community hindi siya ganoon kamaliit lang pero people knows people talaga na magkakilala taga Thunder Bay din and they know talagang nakaka-amaze lang. Then yun nga pagdating sa airport nung kinuha namin yung kotse Pilipino din. Tapos nung nakausap namin yung student sabi may na-meet kami na Pilipino sa airport. Ay si Kuya yun. Alam mo yun.
Kilala nila talaga. Nakakatuwa. And siguro for example si Ma'am Miriam nung kakwentuhan ko siya. Kinuwento ko yung isa sa mga big boss ko before sa government. Taga Thunder Bay. Tapos sinabi ko yung pangalan, kilala din niya. Sabi ko, grabe, napaka-small world talaga ng Thunder Bay. Parang, imagine, magkakakilala yung mga tao.
Yeah. Talaga may sila, parang, they really value, not only by name, but I guess they really have like a pleasant experience. I really agree.
Just to share lang din bro, yung sinabi ni Miriam na there are like one of the 7 colleges ang Confederation College na walang PPP.
Yes.
And they're proud of it na wala silang yung private-public partnership.
Yeah.
Yes. So they're one of the very few na kumbaga sustaining the school without the PPP.
Yeah, kasi they want to give quality. Sabi niya, even though if you go to you will never experience the life, yung ambience as a college talaga. And they want that to, to let the students experience the college life talaga na may gym, alam mo yun.
Right.
Pumunta pa lang kami sa gym, ng basketball court. And pumunta din kami sa yung mga, And, kasi syempre, nagbayad ako mahal. I want to make use of those facilities.
Siyempre.
Yeah, they're very maganda yung gym ninyo Maganda yung gym ng Confederation College. Then, yun, ang plano namin ni Kuya next time baka naman pag nandito ka, puntahan natin yung mga other tawag nila doon regions, Hindi siya campus region.
Regional, yeah.
Regions.
Yep.
Yun.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
I see. So yun,
Awesome.
Ms. Cristel, like I said, guys, this is just a series of This is just the first, but Thursday, Tuesday, and next Thursday, maghintay po isang post na this coming Thursday. Ito po yung mga witness niyo po. It's gonna be a discussion again from the instructor or the coordinator itself. So si Tim and Steve, they're gonna discuss about diplomas in electrical and instrumentation. Tapos the other guest again, si Gavin, will be discussing the postgrad in ICT solutions for business naman. So meron tayong variety of programs na di-discuss sa next live session natin this Thursday. Ayun, I'm very excited no kasi nga marami na naman tayong matutunan.
Yep.
Guys, if you're put that on your calendar na mag-join kayo kasi nga we can ask directly to the program coordinators itself. Ayun. Tapos, Miss Cristel, pwede ba nating i-remind sila sa LOA process again natin? How long, what are the requirements, and how much the fees are they need?
Right. Okay. So when it comes to the admission requirements, we do have, I'd say, yung two main admission points. First is if you're applying for the certificate or undergrad programs, and we also have the postgraduate programs. So when it comes to the undergrad programs, essentially, ang pinaka nire-require would be a high school graduate. So, like from the Philippines, kasi we do have a variety of, I guess, secondary program. We have the old Philippine curriculum and of course the K to 12. So, admitted naman pareho. Yep, even the old Philippine curriculum, they could be admitted directly to their program of choice for the undergrad. However, there are some programs like what we have tackled today, engineering programs, I think some healthcare programs would need a prerequisite. So if K-10 sila or Old Philippine curriculum, they should have an equivalent of a maths ng post-secondary level or K to 12. So that will be discussed, of course, directly if you consult with Sun-Cor. Okay? And for postgraduate naman, yeah, we would, the basic requirement is that you should be a graduate of a degree or a degree holder from the Philippines. And there are some programs that would require very specific, like if you're applying for IMP, of course, you should be an industrial engineering graduate, so forth and so on. And we do waive IELTS, okay? Coming from the Philippines, so nakatipid din sila apart from the savings on transportation and accommodation nila, cost of living. I think that's another factor which they will need later on when they apply for PR, correct? Kailangan naman nila later on yun eh,
Yes.
yung
Yes.
independency.
Yep.
Ayun.
Walang kawala.
Wala. So, ano muna, maghasa muna. And then later on, once you're, I'm proud naman tayo sa skills natin. So, I don't think it's going to be really an issue.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Right? Ayun. Good. And then we also have, for the turnaround time, typically, depende pala yan sa intake. There are some intakes that would really provide yung medyo, it would, parang yung longest na nakita ko 2 or 3 weeks eh. Because for some in-demand programs, some naman, the following day. So there's a variety, just to let you know, and also depends on the intake. So safe to say, 24 hours to 3 weeks, ganun siya. All right. And last but not the least, when it comes to the deposit fee, we would really advise, or I think it's better that you go for one semester, but we could also accommodate as low as 2,500 para ma-secure ang seat nila for their program of choice. There you go.
Ayan.
So once again, guys, if you are interested, just send us an email at apply@sun-core.com or visit our website at www.sun-core.com. We do offer free one-on-one consultation with me as an education consultant for 50 to 20 minutes consultation just to help you narrow down the options for your program, especially for Confederation College. And if you have any concerns about immigration, you can always reach out to Kuya Mikmik, our resident licensed immigration consultant. You can visit his website, ito po yung website po niya, studyworklivemigratecanada.com. Huwag po kayo ma-confuse. Yan po yung website po ng visa team namin, but we are just one company. And if you want to send an email, you can also book a consultation there, a paid consultation. And you can also send an email to Kuya Mikmik at studyworklivemigratecanada.com. Ayun. So that's the end of my slide. So yun, maraming salamat po lahat po sa nanonood ngayon. We're very excited din to learn more about Confederation.
Yep.
Specifically sa mga programs po nila, no? And I do believe na mataas kasi yung chance ng permanent residency doon because of the RNIP pathway din, no? We always encourage yung mga matured applicants natin. If you guys, Kuya Mikmik can also share about it.
Yep. So siguro as somebody gets older, sometimes yung immigration options kasi becomes limited. So one of the things that Confederation College offers is yung RNIP. Siyempre hanggang 2024 siya for now, pero malaki yung chance kasing either ma-extend siya or maging permanent pathway siya kasi the community deemed it effective in gathering people. Yung Thunder Bay po kasi ito yung isa sa mga cities na siguro kailangan talaga nila ng tao dahil marami po sa mga kabataan doon pumupunta sa bigger cities to study, to work. So ang daming opportunities for international students to take those spots, take those vacant work, take those vacant opportunities and make it their own. So isa to sa mga advantages ng Confederation College over other schools. Sila yung unique sa kanila ito na meron kayong basically third option towards permanent residency.
Yes, kasi yung RNIP, just to share lang this is community-driven or employer-driven. Hindi po siya sa points, no? And siyempre, alam mo naman natin anong main goal natin, bakit tayo pupunta ng Canada, is to become permanent resident and settle down here. And yun nga, sa Sun-Cor kasi, we always plan for your PR, no? Ang dami na kasing mga students ngayon na lumalapit kay Kuya Mikmik na they were misled by other agencies then alam mo yun, makapunta lang dito. And nasayang lang kasi yung dapat yung higher chance na ma-PR sila, hindi na maximize. Doon lang sila napunta. Said to say sa mga private schools or private colleges. Iba naman yung tactic na 1-year program lang pinakuha. Alam mo yun? So sabi ng pagdating doon, madali na lang. No? Wala pong madali sa Canada. The real journey starts once you arrive here, no? Wag po tayo maniwala doon sinabing kayang kitain kung magkano ginas. Hindi po kayang kitain po while you are a student. Yes, after you finish your studies, kaya mong kitain yun. Pero right now po, you need to focus on your studies. Kasi sabihin na, pwede ka naman magtrabaho habang nag-aaral ka. Hindi po ganun kadali mag-aaral. No, let's give it the right information po. Maraming bumabagsak po dito. Bakit? Kasi nga, they spend more time working. Bakit sila nag-spend more time working? Kasi nga po, binabayaran nila yung pinautang ng agency. Binabayaran nila yung sarili nila para buhayin dito. At the same time, magpapadala pa sa Pilipinas. Hindi po. No? And shout out na rin po sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin na sa Pilipinas na may kamag-anak dito. As an international student po, talagang don't expect them to send money right away. No, kasi nga po hirap po talaga ang buhay ng estudyante dito. No, hindi po natin pwedeng sabihin sa teacher natin na absent po ako kasi may work. Wala siyang pakialam. No, if you will fail, you will fail. At saka hindi po kayo lalapitan ng teacher dito na, bawi ka sa midterm kasi mababa yung grades mo. Wala. At saka wala din pong promissory note, no, kung nakakaalam kung ano yung promissory note. Sasabihin nyo, pupunta kayo sa registrar, I promise to pay my tuition fee. Ganito. Wala po. If hindi po kayo nakapagbayad, hindi po kayo makapag-take ng exam talaga. Yun, that's the real talk. That's the real scenario po talaga. Kaya ingat and make sure din po na financially prepared po talaga tayo. Kasi tayo din po ang may hirapan pagdating dito. Tanggalin na yung term, bro? Yung show money. Wala na pong show money na natin yan.
Tsaka yung, siguro Kuya Nikki, kailangan ma-remind sila na studying kasi is an investment eh. So like any other investment, you protect your investment before you could actually expect to be rewarded with your investment. So kung hindi kayo nag-aaral, iba yung inaatupag ninyo, you're not protecting the investment na nilagay ninyo, yung perang nilagay ninyo towards your education. mag-aaral nga kayo para umasenso, para ma-PR. Pero kung ang inaatupag nyo, mag-part-time job, for example, kayo din po yung magsasuffer kasi the school can get you that interview, can get you that job. Pero kung lagi kayong absent, laging, kunyari, na-miss out nyo yung, kunyari, usapang NDT kanina, non-destructive testing. Kunyari, na-miss out nyo yun. May pinagawa sa inyo, pumalpak kayo, tanggal kayo sa trabaho. So, hanap kayo ulit ng trabaho. Pag nag-background check, pwedeng tanongin, ba't ka natanggal dun sa dati mong trabaho? Tapos, hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin, absent po kasi ako noon kasi nagpa-part-time ako. So, ibig sabihin, kumbaga, you pose a danger to the facility kung hindi mo alam. So, magpatalo tayo ng konti. Kumbaga, para mga bida, papabugbog ng konti sa aral, sa unang gastos. Pero eventually, you will come up on top pag you maintained your studies. You get to keep your job. Through the years, tataas lang po ng tataas yung sweldo ninyo, lalo na dun sa mga programs kanina. Very highly in demand po ito.
Yes. At saka, build a good relationship with your teachers. No?
Ayun, sabi nga ni Richard.
Yung teachers niya. Anong ibig sabihin? Build a good relationship. Kasi sila din magiging reference niya. No? So you can use them as a reference. Kung panay absent ka nga, siyempre, nalala ko to. Ito yung estudyante na hindi pumapasok. Yun. So, yun nga din. Build a good relationship with your professors kasi di mo alam, sila kasi magiging best source mo as reference kasi sila yung nakakahalubilo mo everyday halos sa school. Ayun. Yung mga paayos ng mga kuyas and ates. Yan, si Ate Cristel. Before we let you go, alam ko, mag-alas 12 na dyan.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Grabe, this session, it's packed. We've covered all bases, even yung payo ng mga kuyas na pa-importante. Please, yun nga, we always, ako rin reminder, do your research as well. Lahat ng information din actually, sa perspective naman ng college, you can check it out sa ating website, from the program, the course outline, it's there, and you can also contact, of course, Sun-Cor if you have any further inquiries about the program and anything about Thunder Bay. So there you go. So thank you very much to our class. Maraming salamat.
So Ms. Cristel, then it's an honor then, and thank you for doing this project natin, to do this. But let's we still have 3 more on the calendar.
Yep.
We're very excited and sana marami pa tayong mga kababayan ma-reach out din. We're doing our best then to really share to them what Thunder Bay can offer them. At the same time, with Confederation College talaga. Quality versus quantity.
Love it.
So I guess once again, you saw it here first at Sun-Cor with Morning with the Kuyas na industry experts ang ating mga kasama for the school. I think this is very beneficial kasi students can directly ask faculty. Yung mga faculty po kasi they are very much in touch with the industry that they need. So very very current or up to the trends po yung mga knowledge nila na ipinapasa sa atin, kaya nakakatuwa. Parang estudyante yung feeling ko ngayon, Kuya Nicky, ang dami ko natutunan doon sa 2 guest speakers natin.
Ito, Ms. Cristel, take note of this, this will be like the baseline of all other schools, nagagaya din sila sa'yo.
Yeah. Thank you. And again, it is such a privilege, and happy rin naman tayo, of course, na here in the Philippines, we have also such a vibrant network with all the colleges. We're all friends, and we thank you for believing in us, believing in the reps, and we look forward to bringing more Filipinos to Canada. Maraming salamat. Thank you for the trust.
Thank you very much. Stay safe, enjoy your evening, the rest of the evening.
Okay.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Yan, nakita niyo po, ang Miss Universe 2023, si Miss Cristel. Also known as Jessie Manzano. Ayun po.
Hindi wala pala dati.
Oo.
Alam ko, sino si Jessie Manzano? Oo pala kasi mag-asawa na pala sila.
Nung isang araw ko lang
Sunod-sunod.
nalaman actually, Kuya Nicky. Medyo late na rin ako
Ayun.
sa balita.
Yeah. But guys, this is sa lahat ng mga viewers namin. So we're doing this. We initiated this with Confederation College kasi nga we wanted to be more specific. Kahit konti lang yung viewers nito, it's okay, but it could be important sa mga less viewers na to na malaman nila kung ano talaga yung program na to.
Siguro kasi, Kuya Nicky, recorded naman siya. So, I guess by tonight, mga 2,000 na naka-view nito at the minimum. Pero, ang engineering kasi, it's very specific for Filipinos kasi hindi naman ganun kadaming engineering student na gusto mag-aral ulit. Pero, ang kaganda kasi sa Confederation talaga, ibibigay nila yung kailangan mo so that you become industry ready. So maganda siya talaga. Kaya okay
Sabi
din
pa nga
siya.
ng kanina, di ba? Mas marami pa yung employer naghahanap kaysa nag-apply.
Yes. So yun yung kagandahan din dun sa Thunder Bay.
Ayun. So guys, time check is already almost 11 na rin.
2 hours pala tayo. Ako.
Yeah, 11. So 12
Puyat
midnight
natin
na rin
sila.
sa Pilipinas. So once again, this is just this is not the end, but this is just the temporary ending ng session namin. We're gonna resume on Thursday. Wala po kaming Fridays muna.
Take
Kasi we're
note,
gonna do
Thursday po. Thursday.
Yes. So Tuesday, Thursday for the next for this week and next week po. Yung morning with the Kuyas. Kasi we need to adjust also sa mga coordinators din. Na hindi siya pwedeng sila mag-adjust sa mga Kuyas. Kasi they're also teaching. So we need at least an hour, no. Binibigyan nila kami ng isang oras just to dedicate din para discuss lang yung mga specific programs.
Yep.
So guys, thank you very much. If you're interested with Sun-Cor, please do send us an email at apply@sun-cor.com or visit our website at www.sun-cor.com. And if you want to book an appointment with Kuya Mikmik, you can also visit his website. Ito po yung website niya po, Study Work Live Migrate Canada.com. And you can book a paid consultation po, especially for permanent residency pathway, para mas malaman niyo po, no, kung ano talagang suitable pathway for you guys. If you have any questions about Confederation, the RNIP, you can always book a consultation with Kuya Mikmik. Ayun. So I think that summarizes everything for today, bro. So everyone, my name is Kuya Nicky.
Ako po si Kuya Mikmik.
And hopefully we'll see you on our next live session this Thursday. Take care.
God bless po. Happy Chinese New Year.